Hello. Hello, hello. I am so excited to be live on day 10 of the Love Routine. Wow. The experience that I had today is very exciting, and I'm going to share with you all my experience. Hi, Denise. Hi. My experience meeting Bashar. What the heck? Now, I do want a disclaimer. It's not like I shook hands with him. I wasn't like physically like touching. I did not hug him or anything, which technically that would mean like because usually nobody does. So if that were to happen, if I shook Bashar's hand, that would most likely be Daryl. Because yeah. But anyway, um, I am so excited. This was so fun. Hello to everyone who's joining. I Okay, so as you guys know, I've been doing this conference. It's a 3-day conference, and today was the day that I really wanted to just be in the moment and really soak in everything because Bashar was speaking. And okay, so here's the thing. I planned out everything because I had the schedule. So I planned out, I was like, I'm gonna be here in line because I knew that there was gonna be a line for it. I didn't realize how long of a line, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I planned everything out and I was like, okay, I'm going to go here and then I'll go to this session and then get ready for Bashar at this time. And so I gave myself probably 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I went before the session started and I waited in a very already established line. Can I tell you that okay, so the way that this works, there's like 7 or 8, maybe there's like 7 or 8 rooms in one area, and then there's like a big room in the other. And of course, he has the big room. So I was like, you know what? I want to make sure that I'm there in enough time. And I had gone to the other sessions in the other mini rooms. I had gone probably 10, 20, even 30 minutes prior to the session starting, and nobody was there, right? There weren't lines, like really long lines. Of course, for this, it was very different. I got there again 45 minutes before, and there was already a line established. And I'm so glad that I got there in the time that I did because I got a good spot. And also, the line was just completely wrapped. So, anyway, I sit down, I'm making friends, and then Daryl comes up to the stage. Everybody's like going crazy. It was really exciting. And he's so cute. He's so cute. Like, usually when you meet people in person, they have like a certain aura about them, and that's literally all that I can say. Like his aura is just it's so nice. He's just seemed so friendly, so cute, you know? You know what I mean? Like that just very childlike. He has like a childlike essence about him. Maybe he isn't like that in real life. I don't know him personally, but it was just really nice to see that aura. And especially because in these past couple of sessions, I have been sensing each speaker's aura. And the one before Bashar, he had a completely different aura. Like it was very grounded, almost serious, like pretty serious, like a very to the point, right? And Bashar is very to the point as well, but you guys understand what I'm saying. It was just like a different environment, different atmosphere. So anyway, the time that so from the moment that Daryl sat down and then started channeling Bashar, it only took a couple of seconds, which I thought was pretty impressive to be there in that moment when he channeled Bashar. Most of the session I spent with my eyes closed because I wanted to feel the frequency of Bashar. And I noticed that I did this yesterday when I was channeling, or when the person at the front was channeling the ET. I noticed that I felt more emotions and I felt the sensation of the being that they were channeling when my eyes were closed. So I was like, okay, I'll probably do it in this session too. And I would say probably about 70% of the time, a little bit more, probably like 75% of the time, I had my eyes closed and was just listening to the questions that were being asked. And here's where it gets crazy. Okay, so if you guys don't know, let me back up here because Bashar is an entity, and there is a man. His name is Daryl, and he channels this entity, and the entity's name is Bashar. So that's where I'm speeding you up to right now. And essentially, when he channels Bashar, he gets a lot of information that Daryl doesn't necessarily know. And essentially, Bashar is Daryl's highest self, but Bashar claims to be from a different dimension and a different planet. So you could consider that an ET, which it's so interesting the way that Bashar speaks because it's very different than Daryl, and you can notice the difference. So anyway, when Bashar's channeled, then people can ask the ET questions, and he gives you an answer, and he does not stutter. Okay, he doesn't stutter. He like says it very quickly too, and sometimes, right? Sometimes he's like a little bit more slow down, but for the most part, he's not stuttering. Like he knows what he's saying. Anyway, so here's the interesting thing about all of this is that when the questions were being given by the people that were called out, I'm sitting there and my eyes are closed and I knew the answers, which was very exciting because I felt like I was maybe because I've listened to a lot of his information, maybe because I've heard so many of his answers before, but for the most part, I felt like I was really on board with the solution. And and then it made me think because I know that we're all channeling and we all have access to channel. So I was wondering, I'm thinking in my mind, like, am I accessing Bashar as well? Am I tapping into that entity as he's speaking? Which would make sense. I mean, we're all one, but it was just very. And then now that I think about it, I can't it's like there's certain parts that I remember of the session, but I recorded it. First off, I recorded it so that I could remember everything that was being discussed, but it was like in that moment I had the answer and then I forgot it. Like in that moment I had the answer and then I forgot it. So, if anybody is also really interested in channeling or has experienced something like this live, at an in-person session, whether it's with Bashar or Abraham Hicks or any of those other people that are very well versed. Like Bashar or Daryl has been channeling Bashar for over 40 years now. So these people, they have a way of accessing this information in a quicker, faster manner. Um, yeah, it was very interesting to be a part of that experience, but really, really cool. And I'm excited to go back to the information and listen to the voice memo because then I'll be able to hear it again and also answer it again and question it again. Another thing that I found is that a lot of the questions were repeats from other sessions that I've heard from Bashar. And it almost felt like deja vu. Now, this is where, like, it's already been interesting, but then it got even more interesting when I felt that way there was this one girl who went up there and she asked her question, and I was like, I feel like I've been here before. That that was really interesting. Who's Bashar? I just said earlier, but Daryl Anka, he's a man who channels an entity, and he this entity is called Bashar. And hello to you too. Um, it's pretty simple, but I'm not even sure how he. I think I remember listening to how he channeled, but I can't remember it for some reason. It was like I think he had a meetup with somebody else, and then they told him that, hey, there's this entity available for you to channel if you would like to do so. If not, like you create your own destiny, like you have the option. And he decided to explore that option. And 40 plus years later, he's doing that. So anyway, that's really all that I had to share. I feel very filled. I feel very filled. I'm not as emotional as I was yesterday, guys. So we're good. We're good. But I am feeling definitely from that session that I have the answers. And okay, something happened to me this past week where it was a it was a situation that I didn't prefer. And this situation caused me to get in this zone where I was like, "You know what? I don't need to seek any type of validation or any type of permission from anyone else." That was like the big lesson that I learned from this. Because sometimes I think, especially when you're on a spiritual journey or when you're finding out information, new information, you want more information, you want to seek that knowledge, that wisdom for maybe somebody that has already gone through it, which is perfectly fine. But then with all of the experience and the things that I've been learning, I'm like, wait a second. Okay, now that you know, what are you going to do about it? You actually don't have to go anywhere else. Like, it is all within. It is genuinely all within. And so I'm like, how do I get to a stage, especially with this channel, how do I get to a stage where I'm able to properly convey to others, or even if we were to make this a topic of conversation, how to be able to do it for yourself, right? That's what this entire channel is all about, is to help you know that you create your own reality. I'm like, if people really got into a stage where they didn't seek the opinions or like seek any other type of external advice, I just wonder where we all would be as a collective consciousness, you know? It's I'm I've just and then there's just like a lot going through my mind. Thank you, aesthetically. There's a lot going through my mind that I need to think more about, in a light way though, not in like a deep existential crisis type of way. Like, there's just a lot of things that I have consumed in these past couple of days. There's one more day, and I'm gonna plan that out after this live. I'm gonna take all of the information that I have on this little map thing, and then I'm gonna create my new plan for tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go out tonight too, so we'll see. But I'm feeling very in love. I'm feeling very in love with life, and I'm feeling that everything is going to be okay. So, if you get anything from this live, just know that everything is going to be okay. It genuinely is. Hi, Vanessa. It's all working out for us. And yeah, also, okay, here's a little tip. Here's a little tip. I created the video already with Bashar and the excitement formula, and then hearing it today really solidified things. It makes perfect sense, even on a physical slash physics type of standpoint. When you follow your passions, then you are vibrationally, physically, energetically, you are resonating in alignment with all of the things that you desire, that you actually prefer. And one of the things that was questioned is this idea of negativity. You know, if a negative circumstance, something that I don't prefer. And what Bashar said and responded to that was very nice. Bashar said something along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, that if you are following the formula and if you are following it correctly, then you don't have negative experiences. And let me talk to you guys about what the formula is if you don't know. The formula is to act on your passion, your highest excitement, in every moment that you can, okay? Every moment. And do this to the best of your ability until you can take it no further. Remain in a excuse me, neutral or positive state while doing this, and have no expectation on the outcome. So basically, you're just following your passion in every moment that you can, and you do this to the best of your ability. Emphasis on best of your ability, because sometimes we can think that we need to do more or that there's like something else, right? Like we're not doing it right. But again, following the specific formula of like, okay, What can I do right now? Taking a nap sounds better. Okay, let me nap. What can I do now? What is my highest excitement, right? So actually, truly being authentic in that and honoring your belief systems in that moment um, gets rid of the resistance. So what's interesting is that he said that you can get rid of negative experiences. And we know this to be true because the more that you follow your passions, the more positive synchronicities will occur. And the more positive synchronicities that you have, the more that the momentum just creates. And this momentum is is so true. It's so pure. There's no exception. There's no one on this earth that is an exception to it. So if you follow this and you follow this formula, then it is foolproof because then you start to experience less and less things that you don't prefer. Now, here's a caveat because I still love myself some Neville Goddard, right? And immediately when Bashar was talking about the formula live, I was thinking about Neville Goddard's in one of his books, he talks about the movie, right? He talks about the movie scene, and essentially in the movie scene, you purchase your ticket, right? You go to a movie theater, and then you get there kind of early, so you already see the ending. You already see the ending, but you paid for your ticket. You still want to watch it, so you wait for everybody to clear out. You sit down, and then you wait for the movie. You watch the movie and you see it in its entirety. And even when the plot thickens or when it's extremely dramatic, you know how the movie is going to end. And it just brought me back to this awareness of knowing that even if let's say you're following your passions, you're following your highest excitement and you're doing what you feel is the best option for you in that moment. If you are following that and let's say something that isn't preferred comes into your experience, having that assumption and having that mentality that it's not over yet, there's still more to the movie is immediately what I thought of. And that's something that can really help people. Like, let's say if they feel like they've kind of like entered out of the zone of being blissed out or feeling like they're following their path. Um, and then the more that you continue to practice this, which it is a practice, but the more accurate you can be in following this routine, the less and less negative circumstances will come into your experience. And again, it's all relative. So even like a negative experience for me, if I'm in the love vibration, will seem like a little hiccup. It won't seem like a big deal and you take that energy and you transmute it into your benefit, thus allowing you to move smoother along your path. I hope that this makes sense. Um, yeah, that's really all that I had to say. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Day 10, still going strong. I actually fell asleep to the meditation last night. I'm going to be honest. I fell asleep. Okay. What are you going to do? But I don't know if the more that I do the meditation, the more I don't want to do it. And I haven't assigned a meaning to it yet. And I think that I'm in the state of, well, I don't even think. I know that I'm in the state of the wish fulfilled. That's why following your intuition is very important. So I'm thinking now, okay, do I continue that same meditation or do I still meditate? I'm still going to meditate, but maybe without the without the guidance. To be determined. To be determined because yeah, I've gotten to the point now where if you've heard a song a lot, when you first heard the song, it was great, right? And you were addicted to it and you listened to it and you like play it out. That's where I've gotten with the meditation and I'm like, okay, usually when that happens, do something else. Like don't just stay in the same zone, like it's good to switch things up. So that's how I'm feeling right now. I think that I'll just do a different meditation or just cut the music altogether. And I have something really cool coming in this week. It's a product that I'm going to try. and see how that helps me with my meditation because I want to be able to, I don't know, I just have like these other ideas in my mind that I won't be sharing right now, but I have these other ideas and manifestations in my mind that I just want to experience in my imagination, and I want to experience them without necessarily the aid of music or like other things. I'm really appreciating my imagination just as is. I think I've just stopped expecting it. And even the other day, so yesterday, I was gonna tell you guys this, but then I forgot. Okay, so I'm telling you this now. But yesterday, I was doing the meditation and I was like, I don't even think I want I don't even think that I want a partner right now. And I think that's a good thing because usually when you feel that way, when you feel like, okay, it's fine, I don't like it'll come when it comes. When you get to that stage, that's usually a really big sign that something is going to happen for you or something's going to be attracted into your life that is similar to that state of letting go. Hi, Melissa. Hey, girl. Hi, what about EFT tapping to switch it up and clear the meridians? Yeah, I'm not too big on EFT tapping, to be honest, but that's just my personal preference. I've done it probably once or twice, maybe max 3 times in all of my experience with manifesting things. So, if it is something that resonates with you, then I would definitely do that because it's a very physical thing, right? We like physical things and things that can like break up whatever it is, trauma in the body or like any type of healing modalities. I think that would be really cool. But I haven't I haven't felt led to do it. Makes sense you feel that way. You can't want for that which you have. Exactly. And then when I'm in this state, it makes me not want to do the meditation anymore because I don't. Let me know if you guys have felt this way. It's like, why, like, if you already feel beautiful, then why do I need to go into the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am beautiful, like, and repeat it over and over and over again? This is why, like, I do always have opinions or just like feelings towards just saying something just to say it. Um, Usually, to be it means that you're not worried about it. It's like it is who you are, right? Like you're identified as that thing. Therefore, yeah, if you've already done the work and you've already embodied it, then it is going to feel like, ooh, why am I still doing this, right? Why am I still doing this? So I encourage you to think of things that you've already manifested. Like there are plenty of things that we have manifested in our lives that we take for granted and we're not affirming for. So yeah, but they're here for us, right? So I think practicing gratitude is has been like my main thing and I've still been keeping that up because I can switch that up too. So when I'm in my journal and I'm doing the daily gratitude list, it feels good because I can think about many different things and I can change the theme. So one day it's about health, the next day it's about the weather and like our skies. The sky was pink today. It was so cute. I really enjoyed it. But you guys get the point. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Oh, if you guys have a question, I'll stay until 25 minutes. But if you don't, no problem. I will answer questions right now if you have any. And what was I going to say? Self concept. That's what I was going to say. If your self concept is aligned with love too, then you become very non judgmental or you end up detaching from a lot of situations. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. With the meditations that I've been doing, I feel detached. I feel very unbothered. I'm like, if it happens, then it happens. If it doesn't, then like we're all good here. And that's a really, really powerful place to be in. Really, really powerful. So, anyway, with that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for liking. Thank you for watching and subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.